Hi everybody, welcome to this new live and thank you for joining us today. We will talk about the ECAM Engineering program and we will particularly explore one of the offered concentration, mechanical design engineering. My name is Gaëlle and I work for the admission office at the ECAM Lyon, and I am here today with Sam and Tom who will now present themselves. Please Sam, tell us about you.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much. So my name is Sam Altinji. I am a mechanical engineer. I got my master and PhD in mechanical engineering. And now I'm a teacher, professor, teacher, lecturer, researcher in ECAM Lyon. I'm teaching mechanical design, engineering, manufacturing process, and numerical simulations.
Thank you. Welcome.
So hello everybody, my name is Tom. I'm a third year student at ECAM Lyon in the engineering program and in the mechanical design engineering concentration. I'm 20 and I come from Annecy.
Thank you. Before talking about the specific concentration, let me briefly introduce you our school and program. For that, I will now share my screen with you so you can have a few slides so I can share it with you. Okay, let's see. Okay, do you see it well? Yes, should be fine.
Right.
So ECAM Lyon is a French engineering school created in 1900. So this is old school, but we are still very modern because we keep innovating and offering new programs, just as the ECAM Engineering one, which has been created 5 years ago and was the first engineering course offering in France in English. Since then, our school and courses are strongly recognized by the government, the industry, and our international network. We are part of different networks, such as the La Salle network and the French Grande École system. We are located in Lyon, the second biggest city in France, as well as a big scientific hub. So it's a good place for scientific students because there is a lot of job and internship opportunities. But we will talk a bit more about our beautiful city at the end of this live. A few words about the French education system because it is a very well-renowned one around the world for its excellence and the professionalization it offers. Indeed, as you will see with the ECAM Engineering program, you will spend a lot of time along companies building your professional skills and network. The rankings of different organisms also show that ECAM Lyon is recognized, yes, for its tie with the industry, because we offer a lot of internships, but there is also projects linked with the companies. We have events on campus. When companies come, you can also visit the industry's place, so that's very interesting. But also for the quality of the student support and its international network. You can have more information about all these rankings on our website. And I will now show you the structure of the ECAM Engineering program. So as you can see, it's a 5-year course which ends with a master degree. You will get a master degree at the end of this program, and actually you will have a double degree after the 5 years. You will get the mechanical and electrical engineering degree from ECAM Lyon and a Master of Science from the partner university where you will spend your last year. I will come back to that. So this program, as I said earlier, is the first one in France to offer 5 years totally in English. So from the beginning, every courses will be taught in English. You don't have to speak French to come to this program. If you don't speak French, you will have French classes to enable you to be able to work in the French industry after your program if you want to stay in France or work for a French company abroad. And for French students, you will very shortly become fluent and you will be also able to follow other language classes. If you want to learn Spanish or German, you can also do that. But otherwise, all the other classes are in English. As you can see, during the first 2 years, you will have some fundamental knowledge about all the scientific sciences, a lot of maths, a lot of physics, a lot of engineering sciences. And then, starting from the year 3, you will start learning about your specialization and continuously until you study 100% of your specialization abroad in the 5th year. You have 4 concentrations offered, so you can see them here. There is the energy engineering, the robotics and IT, the industrial and supply chain management, and the mechanical design engineering, which we are talking about today. You can find the lives that we did about those three previous concentration on the YouTube channel. There was also a teacher and a student for every one of them. So if you are interested in one of these three specializations, you can invite you to watch the live. And then, so you can see, beside the classes, you will also have a lot of projects, which will allow you to work with your teammates and to work on your own. So that's very interesting to develop some autonomy and team spirit. And for example, during the year 2, Tom will specifically talk about that with us, but you will have some workshops to help you discover about the concentration and find the one you want to follow. Because of course, once you've chosen your concentration, you cannot change. So it's very important that you spend some time doing these workshops and learning which specialization fits you the most. Aside from the classes, the project, you will also have a lot of internships. You almost spend a year within a company during this 5-year course. So you will really build a very strong professional network, which will allow you to find a job very shortly. I didn't mention that, sorry, but if I come back here, you see that the first criteria for which one ECAM Lyon is very recognized, it's the employability of the young graduates. It's because even before finishing their program, thanks to all the internship and the events where they met some people from the industry, students often sign a contract even before finishing the course. And then they find, yes, job very quickly and with very interesting wages. So that shows that the course is very well recognized in the industry and you will have no problem finding an interesting and attractive job. So yeah, you will have a first job at the end of the first year. Tom will tell us a bit about his experience. Another internship a bit longer in year 3 because you will be able to start applying what you already learned. And of course, the longer and most important, it's the master thesis and final internship where you will actually have the task of an engineer and you will work as an engineer and hopefully will be hired at the end of this internship. And very important, so as I mentioned, this program delivered you at the end a double degree. You have to complete the 2 of them to graduate. So you have to have the mechanical and electrical engineering degree from ECAM Lyon and the Master of Science from the partner university, where you will go doing your 5th year and where you will study only your concentration. So the mechanical design engineering, for example. The system is on continuous assessment. Every semester, you will have some exam, and you have to pass those exams every year to be able to continue on the program. So now I will stop sharing, coming back to you guys, and maybe Sam, as you are a teacher in this program and also this consultation, can you tell us your feedback about this program? When did you start working on it, and how is it different, and why students should join us on this program?
Yeah, well, I have been here in ECAM since 2016, so about 5 years. And actually, we started with all the new professors that started to develop the program itself from the beginning. And it was challenging, actually, to start doing all the new projects and having that many challenges at the same time to develop new things, which must be solid and great for the students. So the ECAM engineering program is really interesting. Well, we have many reasons and many arguments, starting by that the program is entirely taught in English, which is really something unique, which is personally I love to do. Another things, which is one of the strongest points of this program, is having the different specialties. So we're talking about many interesting specialties that you have just mentioned here to these 2 minutes ago, like mechanical design or robotics, energy, and supply chain. All of them are required actually nowadays in industries, and they will be required more in the future. So I think it's a really interesting and unique program in France, that gives this opportunity to the students to be specialized in interesting subjects that completely required by the industry, in engineering industry. And personally, I was really happy to have this experience learning new things in ECAM Engineering program that we'll talk about also in the upcoming slide maybe, but also that multidisciplinary project that we provide, the workshops, or the hands-on experience in this program was amazing, and not only for the students, but I think also for the teachers that were implemented in those things to learn new things. So including for me, for example, I have learned many new things in electricity, which I didn't know before, and it was just nice. In robotics as well, we were developing things at the same time. So I think the ECAM Engineering program offers perfectly new, interesting things and multidisciplinary skills, which is really solid and unique.
Thank you very much. Tom, now can you tell us why you chose to join the program and what you think of it after 2.5 years now in it, and maybe explain how did you choose your concentration?
So I've always wanted to work with in international opportunities. So that's why I made my final choice to join the ECAM Engineering program. Since all the courses are taught in English, I thought it was an incredible chance to improve my English and to get all the technical vocabulary that is something that we don't get by learning it otherwise. And also the opportunity to have a double diploma was a great asset to me, I think, to have the opportunity to discover a new way of teaching in another country, in another university, and see different things, see different culture. I think it's very important, since as an engineer we will work with people from all over the world. I think it's important to have that before starting to work in a company. So that's all the main things that made me choose ECAM Engineering. Then I chose this concentration because first of all, those subjects are the one that interest me the more. So that was my first criteria. Also, I'm not so bad in those, so it was something else that made me choose that. And finally, I'm really happy in this program, and I think it's I made a good choice 2 years ago.
Thank you. And how did you choose this concentration? Can you tell us a bit about maybe the workshop that you have? What did you do during this workshop? How did you come to make this choice?
So I had 2 ideas of a concentration: mechanical engineering design, and also a product design. That was another concentration, but is no more here. And I was hesitating between the 2 of them, and I didn't know what to choose. And thanks to the workshop, I really discovered with the depth and the interesting points of mechanical engineering design. With the project, we had to do a little project with all the CAD process and to then print real pieces in 3D and create a whole project in a group, and it was really interesting. And on the other hand, the workshop on the other concentration, really, I didn't like it at all. So I made it finally, it helped me to finalize my choice.
Okay, thank you very much. Sam, can you maybe complete and give us some more information about what you do during those workshop as well, specifically for the mechanical design engineering concentration? Is there a specific project that you worked on maybe that you can tell us about?
Yes. Okay. So, well, I have to concede that it was not really simple in 1 week to develop a project that can really show the students all the interesting things in the mechanical design engineering specialty. I'm really happy to hear that from you, Tom, that you were happy about that. So the workshop was about creating a new prototype, starting from the computer-aided design drawing, so from the software, from the engineering Creo software, starting from the sketches. But before this, the students should think about creating and modifying, improving the prototype. So we give certain requirements, what we need from this product to work perfectly, and we give them all the criteria that must be respected to the students. The students now should think and create this prototype in order to respect all those functional specifications. That will be done using the CAD, computer-aided design, and then we will pass to another thing which is really interesting and was new for the most of the students, which is the numerical simulations, which is one of the efficient ways in engineering to provide all the necessary information if our prototype will withstand the loads or not to avoid failures. So they have learned a new thing, which was really a subject by its own that needs a whole semester, which was actually compressed in those 2 days. But hopefully, we were happy about the result and the outcomes from the students. And then they will print this in 3D. So all the theory will be then concretized using a prototype, using the 3D printer. They print it and they will see it. Apart from this, we have integrated the electronics with. So we have used Arduino card. Well, it's kind of a mechatronic project in order to achieve the goal of the project. So it was a combination of electricity and electronics and mechanical engineering. So finally, they will see the prototype and they will experiment the prototype, see if it works or not, which was really interesting and challenging, passing from the theory to a concrete prototype in 1 week, having a general idea about what is mechanical design is, even that we will see that in more details, maybe in the last year, in the 5th year with the innovation project. But hopefully, I think that I'm happy to hear from Tom now that it was a successful workshop, and that's great for us also. So yes, that's what the workshop we have seen. The steps, the main steps that any mechanical design engineer should respect, starting from the sketch on the paper, innovation, creating, prototyping, and testing. Yeah.
Thank you for this very complete explanation. That's great. And so after those classes, the objective is to be able to apply what you see. So you've been talking about projects, but there is also internships. And Tom, can you tell us, I guess, during your first year, your internship was not maybe already relied to this concentration, of course, because the first internship is usually more like a discovery of the working world, let's say. But do you have any, do you already know where you will do your internship this year? Or if you don't, do you have some ideas, and will it be related specifically to your concentration? Can you tell us a bit about it?
Effectively, the first internship that I did in the first year, that was the operator internship, was not supposed to be related to this concentration, but finally I was in a maintenance workshop, so I've seen pretty much all the factories. So I've seen every steps of the factory, and including some mechanical engineering stuff. So it was really interesting to discover this point, and also discovering the industry, which is a very specific way of working. So yeah, I worked already before during summers, but it was never in industry, and it's a very specific world to discover. It's interesting. And for the this year, for the applied internship, I don't know for now what I'll do. But yes, I hope I will find something related to this concentration, because I think that internship are a good way to help us to understand things and to apply things that we are working on during the courses. And it gives us something more to want to work, do like some motivation to work and to understand. When you see something that you have learned in the lessons, it's really great to be able to apply it to work, I think.
All right, thank you. I hope you find something you like. And then Sam, do you have any examples of students that you followed during their internship? Do you have any idea of a company or missions that could be some good example of what you can do as an internship in this concentration?
Well, I believe personally that the mechanical design engineering is one of the of the specialties which from which you can get a lot of skills and technical skills. I'm talking about technical skills, including engineering, science, electricity, even electricity, mechanics, industry, and all of that. And I think having all of those skills will give you many opportunities to get internship easily. So any company, the design office, for example, automobile companies, even aerospace companies, so all materials companies. So anything that is specialized, in materials, mechanical design, prototyping, testing, industrial engineering, even it's included in mechanical design engineering. I don't think it's gonna be tough at all, as you will be really armed with many technical skills according to the lectures and courses that we will give you during the ECAM Engineering program. So aerospace, specifically, I don't really know names about the companies, but aerospace companies, car companies, energy companies, everything that like all the ANSYS companies, for example, you have a company which is called ANSYS, which is the editor of the ANSYS software that does the numerical simulations and the development of many behaviors laws. Okay, so we have many materials that we need to develop, and we have just an open and vast opportunities of mechanical design engineer in engineering in general.
Great. So if you're interested in this concentration, so you can realize that it is a very opening door concentration. You can work in a lot of different sectors, and in France or abroad in any country, there will be a need of you. So it's a very interesting concentration. Every concentration is interesting, and in general, this program, this engineering course, is really yes, it's really wide in terms of skills that you will have. So you can really have a career and opportunities all around the world in a lot of different sectors. So that's very interesting, and that's why this program is also very rich with all this. So thank you very much for both of you for all this information. I will just check to see if we have some questions here on the YouTube. Okay, so we have some people watching, but for now, no question yet. Let's see. So about the classes, Tom, can you tell us, except of the mechanical concentration, can you tell us a bit about specifically the classes you had during the first 2 years, and what is the classes that you like most, for example?
Sorry.
It's the question for me, I think.
Sorry.
Okay.
You can tell us as well, Sam, what you prefer.
I'm gonna let Tom speaks before, and I will then add the comments.
Okay. Yeah. So in the first year we have all the basics, so mathematics, a bit of chemistry, thermodynamics, mechanic. Sorry. We had fluid mechanics, mechanics, materials, strengths of materials, the CAD class. I don't remember the name of the class. I'm sorry. But
Mechanical Design 1.
Mechanical Design 1. Yes, exactly. Sorry.
And what you like the most? Like, what was it very different from high school? You know, the way the classes were taught, the way you worked with your classmates. Can you tell us what was the gap leaving high school and starting in engineering school?
At first, the organization between the CM TDs and TPs is completely different from high school, since we always have the same kind of classes in high school with one teacher in small classes. So at the beginning, CMs with 100 people in the same room and just a teacher explaining your courses during 2 hours can be a bit difficult to, but you quickly get used to it. And then during the tutorials, you are in smaller groups. So if you have questions or if you have difficulties, you can always ask the teachers. So it's great. And then they also have the TPs, the applied things in the different subjects that permits you to see a bit how do you apply what you learned in lessons. So that's great also. With your classmates, I think it's a bit like in high school. At first, you don't know so many people, but with the tutorial groups where we are in small groups, you quickly come to know people and make friends. So it's great.
Nice, thanks. So yes, Sam, if you want to add a bit and maybe tell us from your perspective how you see students change leaving high school and then adjusting to this engineering program, which is challenging and requires a lot of work outside of classes as well. So do they quickly, pick up the pace? Do you offer them tools to be able to, organize themselves?
Well, nothing is easy actually. You have to adapt the new situation. And in the mechanical design, in generally speaking, in ECAM Engineering program, it was really challenging not only for you but also for us. Now we tried at our best to give you all the necessary tools that you have learned, and I think, and personally, I believe what you have learned in the first 2 years. It's quite solid and strong compared to other schools that I already know in different countries. So maybe they can be given in 3 years, but it's true that this program is really focused and concentrated, as you will get more and more specialties and skills in the future. So we are obliged to have that difficulty that you have encountered. And that is normal, because you have to work a lot, and in order to get what that ECAM engineering specialty, which is really interesting. Again, having 2 years of the common lectures, so we have to really focus on many principal tools like mathematics and physics and electricity, which is really essential for any specialty. And then you have to get now more and more lectures and skills for different subjects for every specialty. So that's why it was really challenging, and I do agree with you.
Okay, thank you. But you can do it, guys. Come. It's challenging, but it's very interesting. And you meet a lot of great people, from the teacher to the student. So it's very interesting. And coming back to that, so once you've been spending 4 years working very hard at ECAM Lyon, you will have the chance to go work very hard in an international partner. So just to come back to this, as you saw, you will have the chance to get a Master of Science in a partner university. Just to give you an idea, it depends on each concentration that you will have. The partners are different because you need to have the Master of Science that match your concentration, of course. And our international department is working very hard to offer you more and more possibilities every year. So by the time you get to the 5th year, you will have a lot of opportunities and options. For now, the mechanical design engineering is one of the concentration where you have the more choice. So we have the University of Limerick in Ireland, Dublin City University as well, Heriot-Watt University Scotland, Crouchfield University in UK, as well as Stafford University. So for now, we offer a lot of partnerships in Europe, but we aim to offer you a lot of other countries and destinations by the time you get in the 5th year. So I think this international experience is very important for, of course, a course that is internationally oriented. There is a lot of international students in this program. Tom, can you tell us if you have any friends or any classmates, and from which country maybe they come in your promotion?
Yes, so we have people from. I have a friend from Lebanon. There is one Moroccan, someone from Tunisia, I think, someone from Malaysia, and also a lot of French-speaking people, but that lived with their parents abroad in a lot of countries, in different countries all around the world. So it's interesting to talk with people.
We do have teachers as well who come from abroad, right?
Yeah.
Sam, can you tell us a bit about you and your colleagues from international places?
Yeah, before this, I'd like to add something here for the program itself. We were talking about it's really challenging. It's true that it's challenging, but we have tried through the workshop and many projects, and especially the multidisciplinary project, to make all of those difficult theories that you have learned interesting, and you will amuse to have and to see a concrete prototype that works finally by applying all the theory and all the experience that you get theoretically. And I think this is really unique and interesting in the program. And I really personally, I was amusing doing those projects and developing those projects and having learning new things with you, see all the students that work in different subjects at the same time. So all of those things made the program really interesting apart from its challenging. Okay. The question was the having people.
So I was asking if you can tell us a bit about you and your colleagues that are coming from outside of France, and that brings something very international to this program.
Yeah, well, this is exactly the point of this program, that it's really multicultural and internationally, constructed. So you will see students from all over the world, and we are professors. We see also colleagues from all over the world, and this is really nice. We share ideas, we share cultures, and we speak different subjects. And sometimes I see colleagues from countries which are just beside my origin country, which is you feel that you are with your family and with your friends. And I think this is something that you will not really see and different. I mean, in the school that doesn't really encourage that international aspect. ECAM Engineering gives you this opportunity to see people from all over the world having different cultures and having different ideas that you may will not have seen without this opportunity. Yeah, so that's just amazing. I mean.
Thank you. Yes, it very helps. I think everybody on campus to have an open-minded and open and have an international view of the world. So it's very interesting. And coming back to the partners, Tom, do you already know where you will go for your last year of program?
Already, I'm not sure, but I think there is a master at the Crankfield University, which is very interesting. I hope I will get in, but because it's a bit challenging, I will need to work to have a place. But I
exactly, Tom. I have visited Crankfield University 2 years ago, and it's really challenging. So you need to work a lot, and they have amazing things. They work in the aerospace domain, and they have strong fields in that. But it's very nice. It's very good. So I will encourage you to go there. Exactly.
Cool. And how do the students, learn about the university? Do they have like a fair as well when they learn information? And how do they get, to pick? Is the university having some criteria as well? And then, for example, the language or specifically each class? Can you tell us a bit, maybe Sam or Tom, whoever has someone to explain? How does it work to pick the place where you want to go study?
I didn't hear that question. Sorry.
How do the students pick or get chosen to the university where you will go to do the Master of Science?
Well, it's very simple. They need to look to their competences, and they need to look to the things that they are interested in, and they should also take a look and a deep look on what the university does, including all the lectures, subjects, and the strongest points that this university is working on, and then make the decision. So it depends. It depends. It depends on your interest in the subjects, and also your skills, especially technical skills, and your motivation. So that's it.
All right. So you found some classes that you specifically like at Cronfield, Tom. That's why you want to go there.
Yeah, the domain in which they are really good at some kinds of things, that the aerospatial or the automotive industry are two kind of things that really interest me, and they are really good on those subjects. So that's why I would like to go there.
Well, good luck. I hope you will go there. I wish you good luck. Then I will go on with the admission process a bit quickly. You can find, of course, everything online. There is a tutorial available on the website as well. I will just share my screen again with you quickly. So today I will only talk about the international process. The French students have to go through Parcoursup. There will be a tutorial done probably by next week and available online to explain to you very specifically how to apply through this French platform to the engineering program. So even if you're studying abroad, but if you're studying in a French high school, you can apply through the national platform Parcoursup. For international students, you have to contact the Campus France office of your country, because you will have to go by them to make sure that your application is complete, and then you have everything you need to be able to file a visa request if needed, and make sure that you can come study in France. Then, and otherwise, if you are not studying in a French high school, but you are still French and want to come here, or if you have everything you need for your visa, you can go to this platform, application.ecam.fr/EEND. This is the application where you will be able to, the platform where you will be able to do your application. So I invite you to watch this short video on YouTube. It explains it very well. I'm not sure I can show it here, so I invite you just to watch it, and I will explain. So first, you have, of course, to upload some required documents. We will look at your grades of the last 2 years of high school. If you've been studying after that, we will ask for your grade as well. If you've been studying science in 2 years after high school, you can join the program in year 2 and year 3. You cannot join this program in year 4 and year 5. It's only the admission is only possible in year 1, 2, and 3. So we will look at your grades, scientific grades, of course, but we want candidates that are generally good in academics. So we will look at your English, of course, but pretty much the overall transcript, and of course we will also look at the comments of your teacher. So be good in class. And so after that, after we review your grades to make sure that you studied what is needed to join this program, you will have to send us a personal statement where you explain how you learned about us and why you want to join us, why you want to become an engineer, as well as a resume explaining the classes you've been following, your academic past, but also maybe if you work aside or if you have some activities that would be interesting for us to know, such as if you've been dedicated to a cause, charity in many years. That's interesting for us to know. So you have to upload these documents, and then we will invite you to pass a math and physics test online. This is the test is based on what you should have learned during the last 2 years. So if you are applying for the year 1, the test is based on the knowledge you should have learned during the last 2 years of high school. If you are applying for the upper years, year 2 and year 3, the test would be adjusting as well to make sure that you have the knowledge and to join this program. We want you to success. We will only admit you if we are sure that you have all the chances to succeed in this program. Then, after doing this test, you will be invited to record yourself for a pre-recorded interview. So it's a very interesting exercise, a bit like we're doing now. So you will pretty much be in front of yourself, and you will have some questions and peering, and you will have 2 seconds, a minute or so, to answer the question. It's pretty much about presenting yourself and telling us again why you want to join us. And after all that, your application will be reviewed during an admission board. We have several admission boards every year, every month until June. The first one will be next week on the 20th of January, and then at the end of each month until June. So you have time if you want to apply, and then yes, you will know if you're admitted or not when your application is completed and reviewed by the admission board. Once you are admitted, which is very interesting, is that you will be in contact with Michael Moore, who is the international officer, let's say, that will help you a lot during all the process until you come here. Your visa request, the housing request, and all the process to your arrival. From the moment the registration is complete, he will be able to help you. So I really invite you, if you are interested in applying, I invite you to join us on the live, which will be dedicated to the admission process on March 2nd. It will be the last live about this program on March 2nd. And also there will be another one on February 2nd, specifically with Michael Moore and an international student who has been housing on campus and who will be testifying about the help you received from Michael Moore. So we really want to help you during your admission process and once you've been accepted. So even during the admission process, we are here to discuss with you. You will have at some point to have a live chat with us to make sure that you understood what is expected, to make sure that this is the school where you want to go. And another important thing before you apply and before you start planning coming to France is to look at the tuition fees. So go on the website or contact us if you want. Here you have the email that you can use to contact the admission team. Right here, admission.engineering@ecam.fr. And we can talk about it and give you some information about the tuition fees, the scholarship that may be available. You can apply for a scholarship. It's a mobility scholarship to help you, settle in France. It will not cover the entire tuition fees, so you have to have a financial plan. And that's a very important part that we will discuss with you anyway during your application so that you are ready. What next? Let's see if we have some questions. Okay, so we have Raphael who I want to make sure he understood well. So as I understand, the mechanical design engineering is focused on the processes of development of mechanical system as the suspension system from a car, for example. Am I right?
This is one of the domain that you will have to work on, but it's not only that. You have to take into consideration all the engineering principles, including physics, mathematics, and engineering science that can be applied in any mechanical system, not only in the suspension system in the car. So it's one of the domains. So it's about having creativity to derive an effective technical solutions for any mechanical design challenges. You have to think and create new optimal design models that can work effectively and safely. For example, for any selecting projects using specific materials. Many domains. Well, as you have just said here, it's the automobile domains. It could be this, it could be other things. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Rafael. I hope it's clearer to you. Can you join the program only for the master in year 4? No, for now it's not possible. You can join the program in year 1, 2, and 3. You cannot join the program in year 4 because you have to do at least 3 years with us and 2 years at ECAM Lyon and 1 year abroad to be able to get your degree. So entering in year 4, you would only do 1 year in France and 1 year abroad, and that's not enough to for us to be able to give you the degree for an engineering course. That's why. Can I change specialization in year 4 if I change my mind? No. That's why the workshops are very important. You cannot change specialization. So please participate during the workshops and make sure that that you have everything covered. The teachers are here, of course, to talk with you and help you make up your choice. So really, it's very important to use the first 2 years of classes and workshops to make sure that you made up your mind. What is a good applicant? So, as I said, to apply to ECAM Engineering, you have to be a good academic student in general, but you also have to be open-minded. As we said, it's a very international program with a lot of diversity of cultures. So you really have to embrace it and be open-minded. You have to be, of course, interested in science and want to become an engineer. When you start the program, you have to be sure of what you want to do exactly, but you have to be interested in science and have made some ideas of what is an engineer, and if you would like to do that. All right. Now, coming back to the school, I would like maybe to give you a few words about our beautiful city of Lyon. So I don't know if you picture it in France. I don't have a map here, but you can look for it. We are located pretty much in the middle and on the east, close to Switzerland, and it's, on my opinion, and I'm from here, so I'm not very objective, but it's the best place to be because we have quite a nice weather. It's a big city, but not too big. So you have a lot of activities to do. It's a very cultural city. You can always do something. Not now, of course, but usually you can always do something. And it's not as crowded as it can be in Paris or the big capitals. It's a very international city. There is a lot of tourists, students, and professionals coming from abroad in this city, and there is a lot of students. It's a very big community of students. We are the second largest student city in France, so you will have a lot of friends even outside of ECAM, of course, and there is a lot of stuff to do. The quality of life is great in terms of transportation, housing, culture and events, as I said, and we are the French second largest scientific hub. So in terms, yes, of opportunities, to work, to do some internship, that's very interesting because we are one of the world leading cluster with many international firms. So it's great. And the localization is just perfect because we have an international airport. So whenever you're coming from, you can easily get to Lyon. The transport infrastructure is great. In 2 hours of train, you are in Paris. In an hour and a half, you are in Marseille to go to the sea, the Mediterranean coast, and in an hour, you can be skiing on the Alpine ski resort. So, from my point of view, it's the greatest city ever. But let's give the opportunity to express your opinion to the two persons here who are not originally from Lyon. Let's start with you, Tom.
So yes, I totally agree. Lyon is a very good city to be a student. First of all, it's not too big, so it's easy to, even if we are not housed on the campus, we are not very far away from the school. And since there is a lot of buses, subways, etc., it's pretty easy to visit the city and to go from a place to another place. Also, there is a lot of other students. So I have a friend from that are doing a lot of different studies from different places. So it's pretty good to not always be with always the same group of people, but to have friends from different studies. It's interesting. Also, it's a very lively city. We can go out pretty much a lot. I think a bit too much sometimes to be concentrated on the lessons. But yes, you will always have something to do. There is places to visit, parks with the Parc de la Tête d'Or, which is great to be outside sometimes and to do some outside activities. Also, with all the clubs that are at ECAM, we have a lot of opportunities to do a lot of things. Starting from sports, there's a lot of opportunities. Also, with different, more applied to what we are doing, clubs with the robotic clubs, the mechanic club. Also, a lot of opportunities like with the integration weekend, but not this year, but or the ski weekend. And there is a lot of opportunities to do things and to discover people with from different promotion, not only with who you are in lessons every day.
Okay, thank you. What do you think of this city, Sam?
Yeah, I don't know if I still have something to mention after having said all of that. But yes, I think it's everything that you have just said is completely true. And being Lyon is kind of an optimized city in France. It's not too big, it's not too small, and it's vibrant city. You will see people around, and you can go out and you'll see that atmosphere, which is really nice. So you have a lot of stores, restaurants, bars, and everything is just great. I think also the location where it is situated in France is also very good. You have the sea is not so far. You have the mountains also not so far. The airport of Lyon, so you can go abroad directly. I think I like it. It's so vibrant and it's multicultural. We have many students, which means it's multicultural, which means that you can encounter and see many people from different countries, which is something really nice. So yes, exactly. I like it very, very much.
Great. I hope you're convinced at home that Lyon is the best city ever. But thank you, both of you. And Tom, you talked about something that's interesting, and we just had a question about that too. Can I live on campus? So we do have some residencies on campus, and there are also residencies just outside the campus that are specifically fitted and good for international students because they are open 24, and 7/7, and also during the holidays, which is not the case of the residents on the campus. So usually our international students, thanks to Michael Moore, get a room on the residence just outside of the campus. So if you have any question, you can also ask us, and there is information on the website as well. But yes, every international student get the chance to book a room right by the campus, and that's very convenient. Even for French students, depending on where you come from, if you're not living right in Lyon, you have your chance to be able to live on campus, and especially for the first year when you have to adjust to a new work rhythm and with a lot of classes and a lot of homework, it's very interesting to be able to be near the campus and even stay on campus after classes to be able to work with your classmates. So that's very interesting. And as well, what you expressed shortly about the vibrant social life on campus. So, of course, I will do a short parenthesis after that about the situation now, so you can have a concrete vision of what's going on now in France, how we deal with it. But usually on the campus, there is many things going on. There is a lot of clubs. As Tom said, there is the robotic, there is mechanical, there is a lot of clubs, but also in cultural activities. There is the cooking club, there is a lot of sports offering on campus. So we do a lot of things. We have we have a lot of place to hang out. We have a park. The campus is located in a park. So I also invite you to enjoy the virtual visits that we offer on the website. And you can work in the classes. You can go to the cafeteria. You can work on the campus. So that's pretty nice and help you project yourself in our school. So usually we have a lot of stuff going on. There is festival during the summer, garden party, barbecues. So we are very lucky to be able to usually have all these things happening on campus and offering students opportunities to get to know each other, as you said, and you don't only stay with your classmates, but you get to know everyone, and you can also, have opportunities to spend some different time with your teacher as well. So that's very nice, and you can bond and have a very good network at the end of ECAM. Just to have a short parenthesis, so it's been almost a year now, indeed, that we've been facing the sanitary situation as well here. As you might have heard, we are having lockdowns and then curfew and then. So students and teachers have been facing the situation since mid-March last year, and we have been quickly implementing everything to be able to give online classes. So if you can maybe, Sam and Tom, quickly, give a feedback about how it goes now, how do the classes work, and just to reassure if the situation does not get better that fast, just to reassure the students about how it's going on now. Maybe please your teacher point of view.
Yes, maybe as you said, the situation was challenging and difficult, and we have never encountered that before. And personally, I believe there is no optimized method for having the best outcomes for the students in the lockdown. But personally, I was thinking about being myself in the place of the students and think what, according to my subject that I'm teaching, what will be the best method that we can apply, or I can apply to transfer all the lecture that I need to learn or teach online. So I was trying to think, and finally I think that it was not really simple and easy, but we have improved the method over the time according to the feedback from the students. And every subject, mathematics or mechanics or whatever, should have an optimized method that we can apply to do it online or at a distance. Now, for example, for the moment, we are doing all the practical works and the workshops from a distance, which was really, in presence, which is really important. And all things that can be done online are done online. So we have optimized, and we are improving now the method that we were applying, comparing to the first confinement. So I think it's very good, and I would like to hear from Tom also what he thinks.
All right.
So on my side, I think that it's a bit difficult to have courses online, even if the teacher does that are doing the best they can. I think it's not easy for them either. But it's a bit difficult to learn from online, since we have a bit more work to do on our part and ourselves. But everything is pretty well organized. I think with we have by CM, so CM online, with the teacher sharing his screen and explaining the tutorial, the courses. Sorry, and in tutorial we most of the time do video conferences like that, where we can ask questions on the exercises, and the teacher help us to solve them. Also, it's a bit more difficult since we are always alone, but if we have good friends, and I hope it's the case for everyone, you can always share and try to see your friends for even a short period of time. And the practical work that are done in ECAM are good for that, since at least once a week we are at ECAM with everyone in a classroom. So it helps to have some social contacts and see people. I think it's important.
All right, thanks. Is it good for you, Sam? Nothing to add on this? So
yeah,
yes.
I completely agree that having some lectures and practical works, I'm talking about workshops in presence, it's just important, not only for you, but also for us to have this sort.
Bah, du coup, va-t'en.
Ouais.
I'm not sure what happened. I'm very sorry about this technical issue. Let me make sure that we got everything. So just to make sure that you get everything, we were saying that fortunately, currently we are able to welcome students on campus once a week with, of course, all the sanitary restriction, and they have all the equipment needed, but they are able to come on campus once a week to do the practical studies. So that's very important. We hopefully hope that the situation will get better and that by next year, by September, everybody will be normal. But in case, we are ready to offer you still the best study possible. Just to finish, since I think we have been going on pretty much everything that we can do. Oh, there is one more question. Can I start the program in January? No, at ECAM Lyon, we do not start program in January. The only starting date is in September. So you have to complete your application before June to be able to be admitted during the last admission board, which is at the end of June, and be able to start your program in September. So that's important to know as well. Well, thank you very much, Sam and Tom. Can you maybe just finish by saying a few words about if you were meeting one student tomorrow that were thinking of coming to the ECAM Engineering program, what final word would you give them, Sam?
I think it's a very good choice to come to ECAM Engineering. Well, the arguments are so simple. The program is in multicultural, taught completely in English, and we have very strong and interesting specialties which are highly required by the actual industries, engineering industries.
All right, thank you.
And on my side, I would say, yes, the courses are really good. We are studying a lot of things, and even if it's sometimes, as I said, a bit challenging, but it's normal. It's interesting and I think very helpful for the future. But also the school is really good. The place where it is, it's really good to live there in Lyon, and how it's organized is really great, I think. So it will have a good student life for the lessons, but also a social life that would be good. So I think it's important also to have both side.
All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed this live. I hope you are convinced that the ECAM Engineering program is very interesting. It is challenging, but it is worth it, because then you will have a very interesting career in many possible sectors. So, and in France or abroad. So really, if you are interested, feel free to watch this live again. It will be available on replay, the other lives as well, about the admission process, about the other concentration, as well as the international desk, if you want to be, reinsured. And of course, we are available as well with the email. We can have a personal chat if you need some information. So feel free to ask any information. For the French students, there will be a tutorial on Parcoursup very soon, Parcoursup. So just stay in touch with us with the maybe social network, Instagram, Facebook, or our website. And yes, we offer a very nice campus in the heart of Lyon, and I really hope that you will be that we'll have the chance to come and join us in September. So thank you for watching, and we stay available for any questions. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.